All right, so a lot of you guys have been asking about the pond. So today's video is gonna be kind of an update video. We're gonna walk down to the pond that we dug. I'm also gonna go over the next couple of items that I've got on order for the camper build for the new 2021 Jayco we just bought. If you didn't see that video, it's last week's video, and the one before that, we went over the new camper. I'm gonna be doing some modification to it. Wanted to show you guys the actual cabinets that I'm gonna be purchasing to put in the back for the rear galley in the kitchen area. And we're gonna talk about the kayak. I'm gonna go over a little bit of everything in this video. It's just gonna be kind of, like I said, an update video, but it's mainly gonna be about the pond. You guys will not believe how much water is actually in that pond already. Y'all stick around. All right guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name's TJ, welcome to Kayak USA. Today, like I said, we're gonna be going over the pond. Mainly, I wanna show you guys how much water's in it. We actually had to tear part of the dam out after we filmed digging the pond, and I think I might've done a small update the other day on it. But I had a lot of water coming from the front of my property that went right by the pond, and we really wanted to catch all that water. So we opened up the dam wall on one side to make kind of a slough that's gonna hopefully come up. And now all of the water from the front of my property will now naturally, when it rains, it should just flow right into the pond. And it actually worked. We've got a ton of water. I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute. Just wanted to give a quick update before we walk out on the property. The Jackson Big Rig is, I think we're gonna stop where we're at right now on it. We were originally gonna put a GPS trolling motor on the front, like an Ulterra, but I think they've got bigger plans for me now over at Bucks Island, the place where we're building this kayak for, Bucks Island Marina. We've got a different kayak that they want me to build. So we're gonna take this one back to Bucks Island. We are gonna do a fishing trip on it, like I mentioned, I think last week. We're setting up a fishing trip right now with a few guys over at Bucks Island Marina. We're gonna go put in over there, take a tour of their shop whenever we drop this kayak off, and then we're gonna pick up the new kayak. Now, this kayak I'm gonna be building, there's not a lot of them out there. I think you guys are really gonna love it. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because you're not gonna wanna miss the kayak that I'm fixing to bring in here and we're gonna start building. As for the truck build, haven't done much to it since we put the Pro wheels on it. I've got my rack off the back right now. I've been using the truck bed. I am, however, talking to a guy right now about purchasing a camper shell for the top of this. So if I do install the camper shell, we're gonna probably build out a deck platform on the inside of it. And I don't know, we're gonna figure something out. I still wanna be able to use the Billy Bars bed rack that I got. So I'm gonna make something in my shop where I can remove the bed cap whenever I wanna use the bed rack and the tent and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna be doing a lot of DIY stuff on that this summer. And now I guess I can show you guys the pond. Oof, that was a big old hornet. Actually, first, let me show you guys this right here. So the camper, I got the camera turned around good enough. Here's the camper that we just picked up. If you didn't see that video, make sure you go back and watch it. But I do want to get some opinions from you guys. Let me open this thing up. So this is the rear kitchen galley, and I'm wanting to add cabinetry across the back of this. And I really don't want to go with wood. I want to stay away from wood as best as possible. So I found these cabinets at Lowe's. I'll put them up on the screen right here. And they're made out of metal. They're actually made out of the same type of metal that this is already made out of. So I'm thinking about just buying these and building out the back out of the metal cabinets. Even though they're technically shop cabinets, I think they'll work good. Not to mention that I took the measurements from this wall to this wall, and if I go with two of those cabinets, they will fit perfectly side by side in here. And it'll give me like a little shelf at the bottom with cabinets across the top. No wood will have to be involved back here. And I think it'll work out really good. What do y'all think about that? Is that a bad idea, a good idea? Let me know in the comments, because I want to pull the trigger and start working on this kitchen galley. I want to have this kayak, I want to have this camper ready to go by fall so we can go on some pretty long trips. So y'all let me know about that. That's going to be the first mod that we do to this thing, besides adding the roof rack. I'm going to talk to a few people we know like Billy Bars and a few other companies about maybe adding the roof rack, because the ones that come on these factory are the Thule's. This one didn't come with one, but I was thinking about just going with a Thule because that's what, you know, Jayco puts on the top of their campers already, so I know it'll work. But I like the Billy Bars track system, so I'm gonna talk with them and we're gonna see if we can put some sort of a good racking system across the top of this thing. So maybe I can have some internal tracks and stuff like that, like I do on the back of my truck on the bed rack. So if you got any ideas about that, let me know in the comments about that too, because I'm ready to get on with that build. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go outside. What are y'all doing? Come on, let's walk down. So last time I think you guys seen this pond, we had just finished digging it. I don't think I've updated on YouTube. Now I have done some Instagram posts and some Instagram videos as the rain was coming in and the pond started filling up. But I think last time you guys seen it, we had just dug it, we put in the boat ramp, and you might have seen the boulder piles. We ended up uncovering a bunch of big boulders, and I used my tractor and I made some good, I don't know, some good structures under the water for, you know, when we add the bass and the brim and stuff like that, they'll have somewhere to go. But I can't believe how much, I mean, if you've been following along, it's gonna blow your mind how much water we've already got into this. Because I don't think it's probably not been 2 months yet since we dug this pond. Let me turn the camera around so you can see how much water we actually got. So this is not too far from the house. I've got about 6 acres of land. It's on the I got the pond at just about the very bottom of the property. So there's my house up there. So it's a good little hike down through the woods. And I keep this bush hogged as best I can, but we've been slowly trying to convert this because the property was kind of useless out here in the woods. So we brought the fire pit. These are a lot of the boulders that we got off the property. I set the fire pit up. We got a little spot for a hammock here. But look at this water, guys. Look how much water is in this. Now, if I've got some footage from when we dug it, I'll overlay it right here so you can actually get, you know, a good mental picture of how big this is. And the pond is actually pretty big. It looks a lot smaller on camera than it is in real life, but it's pretty big. But you can see the water's already dropped some from where it was. If you see the black line on the wall all the way around. So it's already dropped since yesterday when I come down here. It was I don't know, I would say 6 inches already. But I'm not expecting it to hold all this water that's just got in it. I'm just glad that it's getting in it and it's helping pack the clay and stuff on the bottom. But check this out. It is really working, guys. So back here in this corner, from the top of let's see if I can point at it on camera. So from the top of the dam wall right here about where this tree is, or actually this tree here, this whole dam from the top to the very bottom of the water, I mean the bottom of the pond, is about 18 to 20 feet from there. So this is about 8 foot down. So there's about 10 foot of water right now in the back of this. We could jump off that dam into the water right now, but I don't think I'm gonna do it because that looks nasty. And the glory hole, I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask about it. So when we dug the pond, we took the excavator down here to the very bottom of the pond. Like right now we're walking down the boat ramp. I don't know if you can tell about the incline on camera, but it's a steep incline. What's up, Carl? So down here at the bottom of the boat ramp, we dug with it as deep as we could go with the excavator. So right here, it's about, I don't know, I'll overlay a picture of me actually down on a ladder in the hole, but it was 18 foot deep. And you know, his bucket was just going down as deep as he could go. And we dug it to look for water. And we actually hit water, but it wasn't a spring. It was just more like the water table. So the water never, you know, it rose in the hole about 5 feet, but it didn't never come any higher than that. So we're just kind of at the water table there, which it might end up being a bad thing because I think once the pond is full, we're gonna lose water out of the bottom of that hole. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some clay down there and help seal it up wherever that water table is. But check it out. We got a ton of water in here, and I'm hoping, we got more rain next week, so I'm hoping that it'll keep doing what it's doing and packing this down. Heck, I've already got grass growing up the dam side, or the dam wall over here. There's grass growing up, but it's definitely doing a lot more tapering which I knew it was gonna erode. We knew, you know, that's why we dug it so deep and we made the dam so wide. The dam's probably 15 feet wide all the way around. You could drive the truck, which I did. I drove my truck all the way around the top of it. So we know it's gonna erode, we know it's gonna shallow up a little bit, but I think it's good for it because all of that's just gonna come down and help that clay pack tighter. Here's the ditch. So if you can see, this dam used to come all the way across and straight across, and we was hoping it would just fill up. But I was losing a lot of water. And something else we found, guys, look at all this trash in the ground. So we found out when we started digging back here that one of the previous owners of my house, I think we're the third people to own it, and it was built in '88. So the original man that built our house, I believe he used to dump his trash and bury it back here because we come up on so much trash in the ground. But here's where we dug in the slough, because our water comes from the property, and you can see where it's kind of standing around here. You can also see more trash over there in the woods that we had to dig out. We're having to get all this stuff out of the ground. But all of the water from the front of my property runs right down this ditch, and it used to just shoot off into the woods back to a stream. Now we've kind of dug this down and converted it to where it goes straight into the pond, and it works. I mean, you can tell it. We had a lot of water rushing down through here to fill up that much in the pond already. So it's working, guys. I'm hoping I'll be able to update you guys in another month or two, and we have a full-blown pond back here, and we can start putting the pier in and the swings and stuff like that. All right, so I know there was a lot of information in this video, but it was just an update video. There's nothing really special happening. Just wanted to show you guys the pond, get your thoughts on the camper build that we're gonna be doing. If you've got anything to help me out, you know, if you got any good ideas on building out that kitchen in the rear of the camper, hit me up in the comment section. I love to get new ideas and think outside the box. So if you have any ideas at all, hit me up in the comments on that. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you give the thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming this year. And I'll catch you guys next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Peace.